Hey everyone, happy Halloween. It's the Financial Reboot Investment Team with your daily live show. So, hey, let's get right to it. It's a pretty lethargic day in the market, but the NASDAQ did close at another record high. NASDAQ's been kind of the laggard the last few days, and all of a sudden it just picked up. Those Apple earnings help, those Google earnings help, all those good earnings help. And the NASDAQ surely reflected that. Other than that, consumer confidence was released today. 17-year high. Consumers are very confident. Consumers are probably going to be spending money. And a couple shows ago, we mentioned to everybody, if you're looking for ideas, consumer staples were an area that were beaten down. We kind of mentioned that maybe there's a play in there, maybe with the ETF or something like that. And guess what? Today, what led the market were consumer staples. So, tomorrow you got some earnings with consumer staples. You got Clorox, I believe, and a couple other ones. We had some good earnings. Coke had good earnings, things like that. We're still in the long trade on Coke. We're still short Twitter. We're still long gold. We also have a play going on in XLU, which is your utilities ETF. And we're actually looking at consumer staples, and we'll keep you updated in case we do get into a play. But like I said, it was a pretty lethargic day today. The consumer staples kind of led the market. The earnings before the bell were kind of here and there. The big one was Under Armour missing. The stock was down about 20%. Just too much competition from Nike and all that. Under Armour's big, high-profile celebrity or athlete is the kid from Golden State, and it's just I know I can't remember his name, Stephen Curry. Anyways, so they have one high profile character. They're going up against a company like Nike that has just got a lineup of great sports stars and just people, and of course they've got the greatest Michael Jordan in there and the Air Jordan shoe line. So Under Armour, it just really took a hit. The earnings were bad. Tomorrow we have some earnings coming out after the bell that might be significant. We've got Qualcomm coming out. We've got Tesla coming out after the bell, and social media giant, the website that makes everyone a critic, Yelp, will be coming out with their earnings. Um, right after the bell tomorrow. So, like I said, it was a real lethargic day today. Even the news cycle, there wasn't a whole lot of news until just before we came on to record. There's another uh, attack in New York City. Somebody took a van, drove it on the bike path. So that news is just breaking. But other than that, there just wasn't a whole lot happening today. It was just mostly rehashes of the Trump and the Mueller investigation, things like that. Everybody taking up their sides, taking up their spears and their guns, and they're getting ready to go at it. Um, Other than that, it was just a slow day. We'll look to enjoy Halloween today. World Series is on today. Game 6. Dodgers either win or they go home, which would be shocking, right? Dodgers were the hottest team maybe in the history of baseball in summer. A lot of people thought they were going to break that win record, and they faded towards the end of the season. They still had the best record in baseball, but this would be shocking if they do not win the World Series. So that's something to watch if you're not going out for Halloween. Me, I choose to stay home with the wife and hand out candy. So, anyway, so let's cut it short. Let's keep it a close, short one today because everyone wants to get out there for Halloween and stuff, get the party going. You need some time to put on your costumes and all that stuff. So, we'll get back at it. One of the stocks we follow is U.S. Steel. Just before we leave. And they're supposed to have earnings after the bell, but their earnings call is actually tomorrow morning, about an hour before the market opens. So that report will come out. We were going to talk about that because we've talked about U.S. Steel in the past. AKS, which is in the same sector, missed this morning, and that kind of pulled U.S. Steel down. Let's just do the market real quick here before we let you guys go. Gold pulled back down to that 1271 level, but it's kind of just been bouncing around there. So we're still long on gold. Oil had another decent day, up almost another percent. It's still staying over that $50 level. One of our favorite oil stocks is WPX, by the way. Somebody had asked us that question. I don't have any questions for today. If you do have questions, go ahead and post them in the comments section, and we'll read them tomorrow. But you can see overnight the markets, everything was just kind of flat, just really flat. There was some question yesterday about the Trump tax reform and whether the tax cut's going to be rolled out over a period of time, and that kind of threw a monkey wrench into the market yesterday. But all that talk's kind of tamed down and stuff. The big news really is Bitcoin. Bitcoin went out to all-time highs. I believe it was an all-time high, or it was real close. And that's because they're looking at approving Bitcoin futures. So there's a lot going on with Bitcoin. If you get a chance to, if you're interested in it, go read about it. There's just a lot to digest with Bitcoin. So that's why we don't make recommendations one way or the other. We're really not playing it. We're just spectators in this. You can see the VIX, the fear index, especially after that consumer confidence report came out. The VIX just went right down, down about 3%. If you remember yesterday, we were talking about how with that sell-off, it wasn't much of a pop from the VIX, and look, the VIX just gave it right back. So, we're still the one big earnings we haven't seen yet is Apple, and that's what everybody seems to be looking forward to at this point. Like we said, we got a few techs tomorrow, Qualcomm, Tesla, and Yelp. Tesla is very high profile. We're not playing the earnings report, but we are keeping an eye on Tesla because there's a lot going on with the company. There might be a play going down in the future. So, all of you have a happy Halloween from the Financial Reboot team to you. Uh, Trick or treat. Aloha.